Lots of issues are pertaining to the political system in Nigeria, and I always tell you that this platform is not going to back down from bringing you lots of updates, especially as it affects the populace of Nigeria. My name is Angelo, and this is Nation Voice Tower, your most preferred YouTube channel. If you're watching me for the first time, I would urge you to pick a seat and sit back, because I have lots of secrets to be let bare. My first update from my most reliable source is talking about the impending date that has been given to Bola Ahmed Tinibu, the president of Nigeria, over the answer of the reason why his results or his high school results shouldn't be made available to Atiku Abubakar as regards the ongoing presidential elections petitions tribunal. So from my source, I have something that will blow your mind. So pick a seat and listen to this, because this is very, very important. Now, according to public records, Dr. Daniel and Dr. Lubin, these are people who signed Bola Tinubu's forged certificates in Chicago State University and did not join the CSU until the late 1990s, around 2 decades after the CSU supposedly awarded the June 22nd diploma and or the June 27th diploma to Mr. Bola Tinibu. This is to say that these two people, Dr. Daniel and Dr. Lubin, they are the two people whose signatures were seen on the results of the Chicago State University, that's CSU. All right, now, these two people, according to our source, were said to not have joined the CSU until the late 1990s. All right, that means there is something wrong. But Asiwaju claimed to have finished from Chicago State University in the late 80s. Do you now understand what I'm trying to say? So there is a problem there. Now, furthermore, Chicago State University have said something pertaining to the 23rd day of August day given to Bola Tinubu, the deadline, which is supposed to be like maybe 2 days from now. And from our source back in US, this is what the source has on the issue of the unreleased results of Chicago State University of Bola Ahmed Tinibu. The United States District Court for the Northern District of Illinois, Eastern Division, says it has jurisdiction in the case instituted by the People's Democratic Party, PDP, presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar to compel Chicago State University, CSU, to produce critical documents relating to Bola Ahmed Tinibu. Going by available court papers, the court has established that it has jurisdiction over this matter in accordance with U.S. laws, which authorizes any interested person to request that a United States District Court order the discovery of documents and testimony for use in a foreign proceeding from persons that reside or are found within the district. That is what the court in Illinois is saying. All right. Now, furthermore, the court said Atiku has satisfied all statutory requirements as he is an interested person, and the respondent, that is CSU, Chicago State University, is a public university established and existing under the laws of Illinois, with its principal campus and offices in Chicago. Having met all the requirements, the court said it will not hesitate to grant the prayers of Atiku Abubakar. Do you now see what I'm saying? That means whether Bola Tinubu likes it or not, Atiku Abubakar would be availed or would be given the documents, in fact, original documents, alleged, in quotes, alleged original documents of his Chicago State University. And this is supposed to be the beginning of his downfall, because he has earlier on spoken to the university not to avail his results to anybody. And they gave him until 23rd of August to tell them reasons why they shouldn't avail his university results to anybody. And the first caption I read to you says that the two people whose signatures were allegedly appended on this document of his never joined the university at the time that particular certificate was issued. There is a problem somewhere. There is something wrong somewhere. So we'll keep our fingers crossed and see to it that justice is being served, especially now that Atiku Abubakar is asking for the real results of our president. So without wasting much of your time, let me give you something quite different here. Now, members of the Senate, most specifically from the northern part of Nigeria, have spoken up. Now, these people have spoken with one voice. One Senator Kawu Samaila, representing Kano South Federal Constituency, has come out to tell ECOWAS, the Economic Community of West African States, he has come out to address them to say that anything they are saying about the planned invasion on Niger Republic is actually inconsistent. He says he has found a sort of inconsistency with the ECOWAS, and he tells them again and again that a planned invasion on Niger Republic is wrong and not acceptable. So with what this particular senator has said, I will say categorically he's going against what the president has said. And this is good, because this is the kind of senatorial parliament we want to see in Nigeria. Not a rubber stamp parliament where everything that comes from the president's house or from the presidential villa is a yes, no, no's, or no rejections, or no agitations. All right. Kudos to Senator Kawu Samaila there. He did not only stop there. In this video, he spoke about the fact that himself and few of his colleagues from his constituency have gone round and have seen the breakdown in primary health care in the northern part of the country. And they have decided, not from government money, but they have decided to use their own wages to cut through it to make a whooping sum of 45 million to meet up to the few requirements of these primary health care centers. I think I will give you this video so that you'll understand briefly what Senator Samaila Kawu had to say on ECOWAS and on his constituency. More details after this break.
This serious inconsistency from ECOWAS. They are there to protect democracy. Is it not what they are saying? And the democracy is a constitutional government. Ours is constitutional government. We are constitutionally recognized by the Nigerian constitution to give presidents the approval to go for war. There was no request before us up to today. Therefore, we are waiting to see the matches they can do. If they are complaining with the military junta of Niger of going against the constitution, therefore ECOWAS and President Bola Ahmed Tinibu to go and start the war without the approval of the National Assembly is another coup to the democracy. We will reject it. Definitely we won't support it. Quite all right. I tour all the region, all the zone. We have almost 171 political wards. I visited almost 140. I visited almost all the primary health care unit and primary and secondary schools in the zone. And we found out that there is very huge gap in terms of the manpower and facilities. Therefore, in our own part, we came up with this idea. It's part of our work as a representative. Although there was no budget mark on this aspect, but we use our resources and of course our salaries to fund the program. It's almost 45 million. The poster part of the exercise, almost 100 students scattered to 5 private institutions, health institutions, and we promised to give them 10,000 tokens per month just to keep them for all the period of 36 months. The second one is coming maybe around January. Our target is immediately when...
Okay, welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is still Nation's Voice Tower, your most preferred YouTube channel. I told you earlier that gradually, I think from the opposition, we are trying to have lots of lawmakers who are, or who actually stand to really, they stand for the truth and they stand for justice. But even from the APC themselves, we have lots of lawmakers too who are standing for justice. So we have Senator Kawu Samaila, who really had things to say about ECOWAS there. I told you earlier on that these lawmakers, especially those from the northern part of the country, have assets and infrastructural landed property in Niger Republic. Some of them have families there. So an invasion on Niger Republic would mean war. And when it means war, that means there will be a very, very high rate of loss of life and property. This is very bad, not just for Nigeria as a neighbor, but for Africa. Let us hope these things don't happen as planned by the ECOWAS and President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinibu. Now, before I give you the last update, I would love to urge our viewers, like our videos, share them. Don't forget to drop a comment for us in the comment section, because we need these comments to go viral. And then if you're watching me for the first time, subscribe to this channel. If you've been watching me for a while now, I will urge you to tap the notification bell so that anytime I drop a new content, you will be updated. Now, finally, the National Youth Council of Nigeria has moved against the sit-at-home order in the southeast, despite Nnamdi Kanu coming up virtually and giving an order or a decree to his erstwhile assistant Simon Ekpa in faraway Finland to call off the sit-at-home order, which was possibly supposed to have been done by now. But news reaching our table is saying that the National Youth Council is moving against the sit-at-home that is already being enforced. Children are being flogged, married women are being disgraced outside, men that have families are being threatened to be burned down because of this same sit-at-home order that has been said to have been called off by the erstwhile leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. This man, being peaceful, has come out to tell people, please, there is no more sit-at-home order. Then why are all these coming up? Talking about this, I have Mr. Solomon Adodo, who is the president of the National Youth Council of Nigeria, who made his grievances known in accordance with his union members in a press conference. Watch this video. Stay tuned.
The people of the Southeast must be allowed to proceed about their duty. It has come to our notice that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has also announced the cancellation of the first sit-at-home in the Southeast on Mondays, while instead setting up another declaration. As much as we welcome the cancellation of the sit-at-home, which every concerned stakeholders, including the governors, are saying no to, we then say the declaration of the Economic Empowerment Day, which will be used for protests and processions, is another veiled threat to the Nigerian state, and particularly a stifling of the freedom of the people of the Southeast. The Economic Empowerment Day and its accompanying activities also have the potential to snowball into another security crisis in the geopolitical zone. After all, the sit-at-home began as a voluntary activity till it became a compulsory one, foisted on helpless people and executed by daredevil terrorists. This veiled aggression must therefore be nipped to the bud even before its seeds of discord are planted. We are all witnesses to the gruesome murders we've seen in broad daylight, children brought out of school stripped, naked and flogged, married women, men being dismembered and their bodies littered across the street. These acts stand condemnable and remain condemned by all good citizens of Nigeria. Nnamdi Kanu's call to protests and processions in the Southeast will surely precipitate crisis, with the people left to suffer the consequences. The battle between Nnamdi Kanu and Samson Ekpa is clearly unraveling as an ego war at the detriment of the region. Those funding IPOB from abroad should be made aware of the fact that the economy of the region is suffering, and they are tactically funding terrorism at the detriment of the progress of the region. We must warn again that this is how Boko Haram started, and all true lovers of the Southeast, particularly the great sons and daughters of this region, must rise to halt this dangerous slide. The leaders of the Southeast must be commended at this time for individually and collectively rising to the occasion against the sit-at-home orders and general insecurity in the Southeast. We commend all the state governors that have risen to speak, particularly this new breed who have not spoken with tongue in cheek. We urge them not to relent until the criminals that have found sanctuary in the zone are rooted out and the zone freed from the stranglehold of criminals masquerading as freedom campaigners.
All right, all said and done. You've really heard from the youth president there. And if we are supposed to fix this country, I'm always of the opinion that we should start from the youth, because the old people are going into extinction gradually. Hence the reason why we should advocate for youth involvement in governance. We don't want all those people over 60 years, because this time around we need to have people that would speak up. Hence the reason why I am trying to and advocate for people like Solomon Adodo, who is the president of National Youth Council, for this particular or singular act of crying out to the presidency to call off the sit-at-home order. That means he's going in the right direction. Please, let us ensure all we have to do to see that the Southeast returns to normalcy, so that people and businessmen alike in this region of the country or of Nigeria will see importance in whatever they do, not stay at home all day doing nothing. Thanks so much for staying with us. From our table here, we're calling it quits. See you next time. Bye.